I'm Beth Ann.
What's up? I'm Ayla.
This is Let's Talk BL, a boys love podcast.
Welcome back to the podcast. Today on the podcast, we are doing something we never do, which is talk about a show before the show is over.
I mean,
groundbreaking. Although the show we're talking about is also groundbreaking. Everything about this is groundbreaking. We're also going to be talking about this show that literally has spawned 1.5 million theories on Twitter. Listen, you're welcome, Elon. Okay, every Elon, send a thank you note to P. Jojo.
Yeah,
because single-handedly, this show is keeping this platform above water. We are also talking about this show with some of our friends, and we're going to see if these friendships endure. You're basically going to see like a real life play out of Only Friends. Also, everyone should be forewarned that I have decided I'm coming into this completely unhinged. I am going to give Nick a run for his money. I've come up with the most absurd things I can think of. This is going to be so much fun. Before we get too deep into this, friends, say hello.
Hi, it's Robbie.
Hi, it's Eileen.
Hi, it's Renee.
Hi, it's Jovi.
Oh my God, we have them all here and they went in a round robin and it was so cute.
It is you guys.
It is you guys.
I can't wait to talk about this show. It has been, as soon as the show ends, we immediately have like all of these conversations. We have had conversations with our friends. We've had conversations with each other. I feel like there's so much to be said and I can't wait to get into it.
Before we start talking about our theories, mine will be unhinged. We are going to play a little game.
I can't wait.
You guys, Wani Malin game Sanook Sanook on my car.
I need a translator.
Yep.
Pramka.
Oh yeah, we went over there.
Oh my God.
Yo hablo español. We'll talk Spanish.
En
Español.
Okay, fine. We'll go back to English. Fine, if you insist. The first game we're going to play is rapid fire. Favorite and least favorite character, no explanation. You just have to say, my favorite is, my least favorite is, and be done. You can't explain yourself. No explanations.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to go in a circle. Robbie, go.
My favorite is Mew. My least favorite is Top.
Favorite is sand, least favorite is top.
Favorite is sand, least favorite is top.
My favorite is Choom, and my least favorite is Mew.
Name.
Okay, that's Anne.
It's already starting.
My favorite is Nick, and my least favorite is Top.
Remember, I told everyone I was going to be unhinged. My favorite is Boston. My least favorite is Mew.
I'm leaving. We're
Obviously.
done.
Goodbye.
I'm
I
sorry.
could have called that.
Oh my God.
I was waiting
I
for
love
someone
it.
to say Boston.
Yeah.
I said what I said. He's misunderstood.
He's going through all the
Your
things.
Okay.
opinion is trash, but I love you.
Listen, it's fine. And I have theories to back myself up.
Oh,
One more rapid fire we're going to do because, of course, we are all friends. We've all had a very fun friendship, by the way, that has like melded and morphed. And now we're all like besties. And it's so much fun. But you guys all know us now on some levels, right?
different levels.
Some different levels. Next game we're going to play. Each of you are going to need to tell us which character we individually each are the most like in Only Friends. Again, with no explanation. You're not allowed to explain yourself.
Wait, this is hard. You gotta give me a minute.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Hold on. I know who Beth Ann is. It's just Ayla who's tough for me.
Renee, do you have an answer? You look like you're.
Oh, I have an answer now.
Oh, okay. I'll let Robbie go.
You go, girl. You
Okay. I was ready from the get-go. It was Beth Ann was Nick and Ayla was Sand. Like, no questions. It just came right out. I was like,
Okay.
boom, boom, done and
I
done.
will.
We're
Okay,
gonna
then I'll go next.
after this, Renee, because I need.
We're not. No explanations.
Okay,
No
so no
explanations.
explanation. Ayla is Sand for sure. That's what I was going with. And then Beth Ann is Mew.
Oh, fantastic!
I think Ayla is more of a Mew. Just because, you know, and I feel like Beth Ann is like Chum because she's like the one that just like things, like go for it, you do you kind of thing. I wasn't supposed to explain, but there you go.
We're cutting that part.
Cut. We're cutting it. You're out.
Oh, fantastic.
And I would agree. Ayla is San and Bethan is Boston.
Dang, Jovi's coming for blood today, y'all.
Yes.
Jovi
Me and Jovi are on this team.
We're hinged today.
Unhinged. Yes, team Unhinged. Go us.
Just kind of keep things exciting, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Really?
love Unhinged.
I love that perception because we have spent a different amount of time with each of these people, and I love what people think of us.
Yeah. Team Unhinged. I'm here for it. Okay. But let's do what we're really here to do, which is talk about theories about what's going to happen with the next 6 episodes of Only Friends. We're literally halfway through the series. And at this point, still, I feel like literally anything could happen.
Whoa.
The internet, of course, is ablaze.
Yes.
I've heard different theories from everybody here, but I don't think we've ever all talked about it together, our different theories.
Right.
So, theories. Who has one? Throw it out.
Should we go by couple?
No, it's just your individual
Overall,
theories.
what
Overall
you think.
theory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the thing that's gonna make Ayla the most unhinged. So my theory is Mew is perfect. He's been innocent this whole time, and then this whole Boston messing him up, like banging the guy he fell in love with, made him turn into an F-boy, which I'm here for. I'm ready for Mew to be unhinged, but I think Mew's been perfect and innocent this whole time, and I know a lot of people aren't gonna agree with me. It's totally fine, but I think he's been innocent, and then something happened that devastated him, and now he's going to be unhinged. He's going to turn into a mini Boston on top, and I'm here for it.
Hot take.
Mhm.
I feel like I want to play off that because I also have an unhinged theory that I think will also make Ayla mad.
Perfect. So the vibe is piss Ayla off.
Yeah, right?
I did
going
roll it
for.
being like, I'm going to be unhinged. I literally started the podcast being like, I love Boston.
Yeah.
I've never heard one person say that.
Yeah.
Other than Ayla.
I think that this is really off, or maybe on, depending on how you think of it. But I think Sand and Mew are going to get together because there's a poster of them holding hands. And there was all this theories about the poster and the hand holding. And so I think Sand and Mew are going to get together.
Honestly, I would not be mad at that because I think Mew is perfect and Sand is also perfect. So
as a way to get back at top.
Yeah, I was going to say, this isn't even unhinged. This is you got some Delulu logic going for you here. Okay, Delulu is the Salulu here because, this makes tons of sense, right? Because, Sand's whole thing in life is, getting back at top. This is why he leaked. This is why he told Ray about the audio, right?
Mhm.
Is, he's ready to blow his own spot up just to take down top. So actually this tracks.
Yeah, he threw his phone on the ground. He could have said he just lost his phone. He could have said any number of things. He threw his phone on the ground and smashed it just to get this information to ruin top. I wouldn't put anything past Sand at this point.
And he clearly really does like Ray, but he's willing to he's willing to literally risk it all just to get back at top. So actually this tracks.
Yeah.
Actually not unhinged.
Was Sand's intention to get back at top or just to watch out for Mew? Because he could have that intention as well. He could just be nice.
Girl, we know that's not the truth.
No.
That's not the truth.
That phone smash was not nice.
Girl, I love that you are
He doesn't know Mew.
positivity, but we all know why he wanted to.
I mean, he jump up and down on that phone. He definitely took out some of his aggression.
I'm a hard first cow shipper, so I'm against the whole Mew San. So
honestly,
I don't think it lasts, Jovi. Just to be clear, I don't think it's gonna be a long-term thing. I think Endgame is Sandray for sure.
Oh,
Yeah. They got to get married.
They're the only ones I'm rooting for in the series. Hot take.
Same.
Only
Same.
one. Everyone else basura, but those two, I need them to end up together.
I'm I'm rooting for Boston and Nick. Listen, say what you want to say.
I want to know why.
They deserve each other, honestly.
First of all, they deserve
No,
each other.
Boston and Nick deserve each other. I want them to be endgame. And just
Boston and Nick are perfect for each other because they're both unhinged in different ways.
True.
And like Boston could never get away with anything with Nick on the case. Nick is like, I'm gonna bug your car, I'm gonna bug your house, I'm gonna bug your shower, I'm gonna put cameras on you. You think that's your phone? No, it's not. It's a camera. Like
That's why he's decided that like maybe he should just stick to one person and Nick's his person, because like suddenly he went from like pure fuckboy to like maybe I could see my status changing with this boy. He changed real quick.
Nick's like, you think that's your dark room? No, it's not. It's my shop. Like truly, this man, like Boston would get away with nothing. Boston would get away with nothing under Nick's watch. Also, listen, Boston is who he is. Say what you will. No, I am rooting for Boston and Nick. I will say, listen,
if not, and it's to get for Nick to get what he wants, because
Yeah,
I want
sure.
Nick to get what he wants.
No.
sweet Nick.
Nick just
No.
hasn't given those sweet puppy eyes and
I mean,
No.
I really want this to be a murder mystery.
Boston folds.
Facts, Eileen. I like that.
Oh,
I like
wait, we'll save that game for later.
I want Mew to have murdered Boston and this whole show be like a murder mystery, and it's a flashback. And you know those times where they're like interviewing them, they're just trying to figure out who the murderer was, and it's Mew. That's
Actually, I really like this theory because this plays off of my first theory that I had come up with, which is that this is actually Boston is having a break and he's just thinking back to all the terrible things that he's done. Like basically Boston's in hell. Like this is my theory that Boston is dead. Boston is in hell and Boston is being tortured with all of the terrible things that he ever did to anybody. This
Honestly,
isn't
I'm
real
not-
life.
We gotta
This
reel
is-
it back in, Ava. We gotta
Yeah.
reel it back in.
I was like,
Unhinged.
No.
When you said unhinged, you meant unhinged.
Yeah.
You meant
She's not even on the
unholy.
same planet.
Unholy.
Like,
not even, yeah. No, I really want this to be a murder mystery because he deserves to be like stabbed in the back.
I think Top is worse than Boston, though. I give Top is the worst to me, and then Boston. So I'd rather Top be the one going through the hell and all that.
Actually, I take it one step further and I say that Nick is recounting this in a psych ward. And he's
sweet
telling the story about all of this. This
Where-
group
at the
of friends.
beginning, wasn't it?
Oh my God.
We're unhinged.
Like the narration of the series, like first it started out with Mew narrating the first episode, and then they started doing like
Oh, yeah.
confessions, and
Yeah,
then
'cause they've
I'm, like,
changed
confused
it
on
up,
who's
yeah.
telling the story.
I mean, we
Yeah.
definitely have unreliable narrators in
Oh my
this
God,
show,
yeah.
which means it's amazing because it means none of us know what's happening ever and who to believe or what to believe. Okay, Jovi, I have to know if you have any theories.
One theory was I think Top and Ray might have like a dark past connected, because we found out about Top's where he has insomnia and he slept through because of a fire that happened when he was younger.
Right.
And then Ray's mother passed away because she was an alcoholic. So what if there's some kind of connection there that we don't know? Maybe there's some kind of plot that might unfold. Maybe as well, I was thinking that Top's like maybe Top and Sand. Maybe what if they have the same father and they don't know it? Because he said he was gonna go up to his father, but he was afraid to. But we find out in a lot of videos like they actually might turn out to be rich.
Oh my God, I love that.
Or
That would
Wait,
make
so it's like
much-
a weird incest situation?
No. Top and Sand.
Sand.
Oh, Top and Sam.
I have
Oh,
two
Top
theories
and
in
Sam.
one.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
not Ray and
Yeah,
Sam. Okay. I was like, wait.
Because
No, a lot of people
like
think
poor
Top and
boy
Sand are
thing.
brothers.
Yeah, a lot of people do think that.
that would
That's
be
like a
amazing.
big theory.
yeah, because his dad could have met his mom at the go-go.
The strip club, you know, just pop in
Yeah,
and lock and drop it on that.
Yeah.
It's only friends. It would make sense.
That's
It's a
fantastic.
On the top tier, you know.
Listen,
I
And
love
Top
that.
stole his boyfriend already?
I
Oh my
love
God.
that.
Oh yeah, he did steal Sans.
I'm waiting. I'm so ready to see who the ex-boyfriend is.
I know, I can't wait for that
I'm
backstory.
so
Oh,
ready.
yeah. Okay. Who does everybody
Longley.
think Boeing is? You think it's Longley?
We just
Always.
Longley just needs to make guest appearances.
Longley.
Because I could see
Legend.
Longley is a man I would steal. I would
No.
steal that man. But they weren't even friends. So like, if I'm
You have to fight
We
Eileen.
stand Longley. We stand beside him no matter what.
Oh, you
I
remember
wanna-
the share?
I want to know how Top and Boeing met. Like, is it at that club?
Everything's at the club.
Everything's
would
at
make
YOLO.
sense.
Yeah,
Everything's at
sense.
YOLO.
Because like,
Yeah.
what's that
I-
overlap?
Wait,
Yeah.
Boeing's
Yeah.
not
I
the
think-
drug dealer?
Boeing
That's
is
Boeing.
the
Remember that?
Boeing is Boeing's the
Yeah.
ex-boyfriend that Top stole from
Oh,
Sand.
we haven't met him yet. Okay.
No.
No.
I think
Are we going to meet him?
Yes.
I think
We
that's-
don't
yeah.
know.
I would
No.
hope so.
because the writer said in like one of the interviews that there's a character you all haven't met yet.
Yeah.
And my theory is that it's Mix because I'm bringing back my Moonlight Chicken
Yeah, a lot of
first Mix.
First mix.
ship. So
I would also still
So
make
good.
from a non-friend. Absolutely.
First
I would
mix.
still mix
That's
from
still
a
mixed.
non-friend.
I mean, if this was GMMTV like 2 years ago, we all know who it would be. It would be Top Tap. A wild Top Tap would have to appear.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Imagine.
But it's not. We're in 2023. So I've seen some theories on Twitter that it's C, which I would love because I love C.
yeah, interesting.
Like I love him. So I would want to see him.
That would be an
Yeah.
interesting.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. Wow, these are all unhinged. I'm a prey after this.
Wait, Jovi, Eileen, who do you guys think it's going to be? Like what actor do you think is going to play?
I'm going to be biased. I already said Longley because I am going to plug in Longley everywhere until he gets the series he deserves. Let me
Just
tell you.
manifesting.
I will sell both my kidneys to fund that man's career. So Longley, please.
Fantastic.
Not both
And I'll be
of
your
you,
friend
though.
supporter and go with Eileen. I think
Okay.
it's going to be
We've
long.
got 3 for Longley.
Longley.
We've got 3 for Longley.
I know. I want it to be mixed because dang, that chemistry in Moonlight Chicken was fantastic. Also, I want to see Force and Mix play opposite. I'm loving like this only friends like mix up who kisses who like plays with who. It's been really fun to see them kind of play with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
I like
wasn't.
that choice of words.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting Force Neo to be as hot as it was. You know, like as good of chemistry.
Yeah.
Neo
mean-
has chemistry with everyone.
Yeah, he
I've been
does.
saying this for so long. Like Neo could have chemistry with a wall. I don't know how, but think about all the characters, right? Like Tunhun Chonlati. I stan Neo and Cao Tung. I was like, no, like get out of here, Tanhan. Like this is like no, I'm done.
I want to see the Cao Tung Neo hookup that potentially happened because in the car when Ray is like, or when Sand is like, do you kiss your friends like this? And he was like, why are you going to compare? So potentially he's kissed all his friends, which we know he's kissed Mew already, but hopefully he's kissed.
So
Boston.
your theory is that Boston and Ray have hooked up.
Yeah,
I see.
fingers
Boston
crossed.
has hooked up with the whole town, though.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah. Ugh. Ugh.
I mean,
Not cheating because Robbie just gets heated.
We're gonna go
I just
there.
listen.
cheating when you say that you're like I'm not a commitment person. I'm just a hookup guy. It's not.
Oh, I'm not
cheating
talking about
per se.
Boston. I'm
Yeah,
talking
for
about
Boston.
you.
Also, I would
Yeah,
never defend Top, but to be fair,
No, there's no defending. Hasta la
to
vista.
be fair, Mew and Top were not in a relationship at that point. Mew was like, I'm not dating you.
You're not my
I'm just
boyfriend.
saying. Yeah, he was like, I'm not your boyfriend. Listen, I would never defend Top. I do think Top is garbage, but like, yeah, because like, listen, why is Top so threatened by Ray? Is it because he's garbage? Yes.
They were dating. I want to know what the terms are, the Thai terms, right? Because we have in the West, like we have like talking, dating, boyfriend, girlfriend. So like in that, Ray goes, it was when you guys were dating. So were they technically dating? They just weren't boyfriends at that point? Is that the term that they use?
Listen, my issue with this whole thing, y'all woke me. Okay, so the issue with me that I have
Warman.
is just because I understand that the label wasn't there, but because of Top's, like, I'm all for you, like, you're my focus, he gave off that energy like there was no one else. Like, he's not going to give any attention or
But he didn't say
let
that.
someone ride him like a damn pony, you know, when he's pursuing Mew over here. So my issue is that's cheating. I don't care. As a
I
fellow man, I would leave that man. I'd be like, go have fun with your pony. Like
My other problem with the whole like Top and Boston thing, besides the fact that it's just like bad practice, is
I mean, it's good practice for them.
that Top knows that Mew claims he's never had sex and that like he wants to be in a committed relationship and he's not going to have sex with anybody that like it's not like a one and only kind of thing. And so from like a health and safety perspective, I do think Top needed to have told him beforehand so that Mew had all the information going into that situation that he deserved to have, right? Like he deserves to know if this guy that he's having sex with like has hooked up with anybody recently. And he also deserves to know from like an emotional like safety standpoint, like what the deal is. And the thing is, Top knows that Mew cares about all this stuff, right? Like Mew has told Top, I care about all this stuff. Now, personally, I don't think Mew's as innocent as he claims to be, but as far as Top knows, that's canon, right? Like that's the truth.
Do you think if Mew had asked him, like, "Hey, have you hooked up with anybody
He
recently?"
shouldn't have to ask him.
Do you think he would have been truthful?
Nope. I think Top would have lied through his
No,
teeth because he already
agree.
lied. He's been lying. Motherfucking liar. Can I? Is that allowed?
I agree with Robbie. I agree with Robbie. Like no,
No,
because they
I
were
agree with
dating.
that.
Like he had a whole checklist of the things that he was looking for, and Top was pretending to act like he was, you know, all of this while he was rearranging his friend's guts. Like that's not how it works. No.
I mean, I'm not saying Top did a bad job rearranging the guts. I was here for the.
It was a lot of rearranging.
It was great. I was here for the rearranging of guts, like Eileen said. I'm all for it. If it was before, like, if it was like the night they introduced before, like, Top officially met Mew and like they wrote, like, that thing happened before and then they went in like, this is my friend Mew, you should date him.
Yeah.
I would be like, YOLO, he did it before. But it's the whole they were dating. He dropped homeboy off at home and went rearrange guts. I don't get it.
I'm confused. So was Mew actually still was a virgin, right?
Yeah, no, that's
at that point he
Yeah.
Because the only thing he had shown him was just them kissing, which doesn't prove that he
Right.
Anybody.
But I will say about this,
insinuating it.
Boston has never lied before. Boston said they banged. And like, here's the thing.
Stupid.
Why would Boston has never lied before. And what like reason does he have to lie? You know what I mean? Like he is self-destructive as fuck.
Because he did lie.
He does not care.
He did lie to Top.
Mission.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is like he didn't omit this. He flat out said it.
No, unless Boston was in the room and he saw adult interaction with Mew or was part of that interaction, I think Mofo was lying because he wanted to get his guts rearranged by Top.
But how do you know? How do you know he didn't?
But Boston just said
he clearly was trying really hard to get Top in his pants.
Yeah.
But at that point, he had already hooked up with Top. By the time he said that to Sand, he had already hooked up with Top. So that theory goes out the window. That's not why he said it.
No, because
he had already done it. He already got the thing he wanted.
No, because he still wants it. Because even after he got his guts rearranged, the elevator scene happened.
Yeah, he kept going after him. That's true.
After him. So it's like
and Top like humiliated him.
Yeah.
And clearly
he so he could get his guts rearranged.
But explain to me.
The golden
Boston's just needy.
The only way to describe that scene because there was a lot of bouncage and then there was a lot of
retro.
There was a lot of
Listen, let's just call it the car ride.
Oh no!
It was a mountain kind of vibe. You know, it was very like.
The golden pipe. Yeah, it's perfect.
I mean, listen, the car is old. Its axles are shot. You can't listen.
I know that thing isn't moving. It ain't moving no more.
The car is old.
It didn't have shocks.
The shocks are bad.
Yeah. That's what Nick named it, that car. That's the recording.
The audio.
That car.
I like how you named it, that car.
That car. Listen, we love sweet Nick, but he's not very imaginative. His imagination is not what we stand him for.
Listen, I love Nick because I am Nick. Let me tell y'all. I am that friend that will like bug my friend's boyfriend's car to make sure this is. Yeah, I would be leaking that footage. I'd be like, bro, your man's a hoe.
But like yourself, would you bug your own a dude you were hooking up with? Would you bug his car?
Absolutely. If I had any inkling that homeboy upstairs was cheating on me,
I was gonna say
no, but he's not cheating on Nick because Boston has told Nick I'm hooking up with like 85 other dudes. Like he's not like quiet about it.
Honest with Nick about
I mean, that's true. He's different.
Here's the thing. I love.
You do have a point there.
I love a good like F boy to like committed boy trope. However, Top was gonna go down hard. It had to happen. So I think once Top realized that Boston manipulated him in that card to bang him, and he was weak, and you know that whole adage of like a guy just needs to get laid. He was using that. So then when
that's BS.
So then when Boston goes back to be like, Top, let's do it again, and Top is like, no. Now Top is a committed boyfriend, and he's gonna make me fall back in love with him. It's gonna happen.
No.
I do not want them to end up together. I will
I don't want them.
Oh
I
my
don't want them to end up together.
Like Mew will give him a second chance and then just rip it all apart. Then
No.
Oh wait, low
fun.
key. I hope Mew gives him a second chance and then murders him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you see his bathtub scene from the preview? Like,
Oh my gosh. so
Did you
good.
notice? I'm pretty sure there's somebody in the like. I think he's seeing someone, because if you look at that shot, there's like a hand or like a body in that shot.
Yeah.
So I think
I think
sees someone.
I think it's Mew or no, Ray. because I think like we have this like bathroom full circle moment with like Ray, Sand, and Mew, right? Where like Ray had an unhinged moment in a bathtub.
I say we get a throuple with Ray, Sand, and Mew.
I mean, I would be
That
here
makes
for it.
sense.
Listen,
I'm here for it.
the
Yeah.
only way I want Top and Mew to end up together is if Mew ends up fucking Top's dad, the best friend, the cousin, the brother, the airplane dude. Like, I want Mew to bang everybody, and then he can get back with Top.
Go for the
Then
dead.
he can get Top second chance. Unless Mew goes like 10 times harder, then he could give Top a second chance. If they end up together, I will literally name this the worst series of my life. I
Oh my
would be
gosh.
so mad at this series if they end
I
up
can't wait to see Boston and Mew fight it out in that pool. I hope Mew drowns
With that
Boston.
fake kid?
He has to drown Boston, and then they have to cover up the body. It's going to be a Weekend at Bernie's situation.
Yes. I'm all down for these murder mysteries.
But then, of course, Nick is obsessed with Boston, so he like
Nick uncovers
that's
it.
why
It's
Ray
like
goes
you.
to jail.
It's like in You, where like,
You.
oh my god, what if it is like in You, where Nick abducts Boston and holds him underground in his cell because he just loves him so much.
No, I hate to spoil it, but there is like a scene in the music video in I think it's the latest OST video where like Boston and Nick are fighting in the camera shop or in that like in Nick's shop.
Yeah.
And it's very clear that they're like having this like how dare you kind of scene. So I don't think Nick kidnaps Boston.
I think
You don't know.
Him.
No, what if
after that?
Yeah, what if
after
after
that.
the
Okay.
fight he like knocks him out and drags him underneath the shop? Okay, listen, I've watched you.
Yeah.
Remind me never to cross Isla or Beth.
I got you, girl.
Listen,
I love that you're
I
like,
was
no,
like,
wait, it
Nick.
happens right after.
listen, I told y'all I was gonna come in unhinged. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Follow up about the theories. I went to Twitter and I pulled some of my favorite Twitter theories.
My favorite is that there's some people who tweet just like these random like threads about like character just like descriptions or just theories, and it's like reading like extra stuff about this show. People are obsessed. It's
People
amazing.
really are obsessed.
Okay, so one of the theories I particularly enjoy this, and I want to get everyone's take on this theory is. So they tweeted two pictures along with this. One is from when they were scouting for OnlyFriends, and the photo is in a courtroom. And the other one is from Q24, and one of them is in a tuxedo. And so so they have a question of who's going to end up in court and for what reason. And then their theory about the tuxedo is that it's Ray and Sand wedding.
Obviously.
Final ep.
Okay. Yeah.
So who do we think is going to court and for what reason? And do we think Ray and Sand are getting married in the final ep?
This might be a hot take, but I kind of hope it's Ray that goes to court and like for drinking and driving, right?
Yeah.
Because I think one of the things is if Ray and Sand are going to end up together, we need a little bit of a sort of like what's gonna make Ray stop doing the things that he's doing, right?
Like
So
a rock
maybe it's
bottom moment.
right. Maybe it's a court appearance. Maybe it's, some sort of like accident situation. So I'm thinking Ray and Sand.
Or the reverse of
Endgame.
that, and it's Sand for doing his illegal selling activities, selling plum wine, or just the stuff that he does, that sketch to make money.
And Ray has to
And
like
Ray
clean
bails
up
him
his act.
out.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Me for murdering top. That's my.
Yeah,
Yes, bring back the more murder.
mystery.
Right?
Nobody got.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
I hope it's because Mew framed Boston and Top for like a crime and they're both going to jail.
Yeah.
Well, in the trailer, we saw that Ray is getting arrested. So I think Ray gets in trouble for drinking and driving, and that Sand is going to stake by his side, and then Ray sees the light, and then they get married in the last episode.
I mean, do we think he gets arrested after? So, like in this most recent ep 6, right? We see the meltdown at YOLO, and Sand is like, "Don't drive, you're drunk," and Ray is like, "You can't tell me what to do. You're not my mom." And he gets in the car anyways and like drives off, and we see Sand get on the motorcycle and like follow him. And then in the preview for next week, we see Ray being like, "Thank you for saving me," and he's like all busted up.
In
Do
the
we think
hospital.
he gets like arrested in the hospital for like potentially he got in an accident from drunk driving and like because you know how here, I don't know how it is in Thailand, but in America, right? Even if you go to the hospital for like an illegal activity, you get arrested while you're in the hospital. Like,
Yeah, he probably missed a
Maybe.
lot of court dates from previous DUIs. Never
true.
Oh, yeah.
did his
It's not
service.
as fun as
So
that.
just all.
He only paid him off for so long.
He's got those warrants. It was for something like rolling through a stop sign.
Actually, I hope we get a time jump, and I hope April and Chum are getting married, and we have like a cute little like
Or Yo
all
and
the
Plug.
friends.
Yes.
No.
They're my favorite couple.
Oh, sorry. That's my unhinged. I think they're gonna break up. Like, I think we haven't seen it yet, but I think there's heartbreak.
Wait,
Why Tamaya?
Yeah.
Because it feels a little too good. I think in that, like, I think there's some tension that we're not seeing there because they're not talking at all, like with each other. Whereas with like the lesbian couple, we saw like clear communication and good, like, oh, we're reconciling and this is how our relationship thrives. But with their relationship, we've just seen sort of like smiles, haha, my man, and I think there's something coming because again, P. Jojo, our infamous director who is just amazing, has said no one really gets a happy ending. There's no happy ending. So I think that's why.
Well, and also in the music video, they have a little spat.
Do you think by no happy endings, he just means there's no NC scenes in EP12?
Ma'am.
You said it, but I was thinking it. She said it.
Well, the other thing I will say is that one of the writers was also saying like one of the themes is like hurt people, right? And I think that I just imagine that there's more hurt in all the characters, so we just haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, unhinged theory. Okay, no, Jovi, go.
Okay, sorry. I'll just add to Renee's theory about that because I was looking up a quote that she said, that Yo said. She said, "Sweet as sugar, hard as ice. Hurt me once, I'll kill you twice." So what if that's like foreshadowing?
It's the murder.
That's the murder. That's the murder.
She kills Nick and Buckton.
And the tuxedo is at the funeral.
So Yo telling you, like, you mess with me, I'll you up,
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Ayla.
Oh, my unhinged theory was just going to be that, like, this is some, like, very Thai, but, like, because y'all know how the Thai love to change their names. They're like, I changed my name. Like, and what if Plug is Boeing? And, like, we find out that, like this man has been running his way through everybody at YOLO.
Oh. Fascinating.
Yeah, that's a theory.
I feel like there would be some weird animosity. I feel like.
I mean, yeah, that's the point. It's only friends.
Unhinged.
Yeah. Very unhinged.
I think
It's
we want
probably just like
change it to-
like the simplest thing that's going to happen. They're just going to like go off on their merry ways, and we're over here talking about murder.
Well, I do think in true GMM fashion, I think we're going to have a mom sickness or a mom death. If, like, we're talking about a real death, right? Like, I do think that GMM TV loves to do some sort of traumatic thing with the mom. And so I think
If Stan's mom dies, I would be so upset.
I know they keep talking about her health.
They do. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so I saw somebody tweeted about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a very common
and
thing.
Stan's mom is the best. I mean,
like all the GMM
JoJo does love to kill people in dramatic fashion because 3 Will Be Free. Listen, I have not sobbed over a character's death the way I cried over Gunsmile getting murdered in 3 Will Be Free. Okay,
spoiler alert.
I am still traumatized.
Maybe that's what's gonna get, because Stan's always taking care of Ray. So when that happens to Ray, it has to
Ray has to take care of Stan.
Ray has to step up and take care of Stan the way that he takes care of him.
Oh.
And that's like the trauma bonding is like we've both lost our parents.
Oh yeah,
Right?
Both our moms died. We're both orphans.
I didn't mean to smile about that, but yeah.
I'm so
None of the
happy
mom
for them. I'm so happy for their trauma bonding.
In true Ray fashion, like nobody understands me, right? Then Sand will truly be someone who could understand him. Or we have a nice, healthy recovery from the mom, and then
It'll be
the
like
mom
my
takes
president.
in Ray, and it becomes a whole warm family moment.
Yeah.
That's the question: is will the mom go the way of my school president, or will the mom go the way of Never Let Me Go? That's the question. Are we going my school president, or are we going Never Let Me Go?
Yeah.
I mean,
This
JoJo did
episode is
direct
full of
Never Let Me
spoilers.
Go.
Traumatized Never Let Me Go. Like,
Oh, JoJo did direct Never Let Me Go. JoJo, why?
he has a
Didn't he
vendetta.
also direct Friend Zone?
Yeah.
Yeah, ruined my life. Nothing.
I feel like JoJo is who we need to put like this girl is a fugly slut. Do not trust her.
Honestly.
There's a lot of
Your
mean girl
t-shirt that
memes
says that.
with OnlyFriends.
Oh,
So many.
I would be so curious for JoJo to answer these questions.
JoJo, if you're listening.
JoJo, if you're listening.
Come on the podcast, please. I'm curious.
Explain to us
Yeah.
what happened.
I think JoJo like tweeted about like Mew being in his redemption era, right?
Oh yeah.
And I was
loved
like,
it.
more like JoJo is.
Yeah.
No, in his reputation era.
Reputation.
Reputation,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. I love
Mew's
that.
definitely a Swiftie. That boy has tears on his guitar for sure.
Yeah,
loves
he went
his
through Love
easy
Story. He
listening.
went through all of them.
Yeah, his easy listening.
Easy listening.
It turns out actually Boston is in love with Mew. Boston and
I
Mew.
think
in this
so.
together.
All of this was endgame for Boston to just knock down everyone in Mew's life. So Boston is the only one Mew has left.
No, he messed with Top, and so now that
Mess
Mew,
with Top, mess with Ray.
so now that Mew has finally lost his virginity, he's like, I can do this now.
He's like, welcome to the dark side.
Yeah. Except
Welcome to
for-
the dark room.
He's got to watch out for Drake, like coming at him on the
Drake.
side. Like,
Which I
a
will never
shark.
be able to look at the same again.
Yeah, Drake. Truly, the evolution of like, cause you're my boy to OnlyFriends, like, oh Lord of mercy.
Talking about.
I swear to God, if Pooin shows up, I'm gonna stop watching this show. I can't. I will not.
But Boston can just move to
I mean,
New York
there's-
as well and leave it all behind.
There's the long Lee of it all. Because Frank
Yeah, if Frank shows up.
Frank shows up.
The Frank
Long Lee,
Drake
the ex-boyfriend.
Wait, the threesome everyone was like theorizing about isn't actually Boston and Nick and Drake. It's actually Drake, Frank, Boston. Longley,
No,
Drake, Frank,
Longley.
Longley.
And then an
I would have
AJJ.
been mad at that.
And now we work in AJJJ. Now we need the twins.
Yeah.
Yes, the twins. It's a whole
It's a
situation.
GMM
It's a whole
TV
different
without the
show.
twins.
It's only friends too.
Yeah.
Girl, that's OnlyFans, girl.
That's
We're not going to OnlyFans territory now, y'all.
I would get that subscription.
Oh my God.
Imagine if we get an OnlyFriends 2, but like in 5 years with like Gym 4 and
Or
pod pooing.
I
a
wouldn't
GL
want
version
to do
too.
Wow.
I'll take the GL. I'll take the
I'd rather have
GL
the GL.
actually
I like to see
because
some cat fights.
yes, cat fights. Also, I really ship Jan and Sizey, and I just like
Ugh.
really need them to have a GL.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good ship for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I also have some hot takes from Twitter that I want to get everybody's opinion on.
Can't wait.
Okay. First hot take. They're actually all horrible friends. Seriously. You know Ray got a drinking addiction and the only place y'all hang out at is a bar?
I feel
Listen.
right.
Valid.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that name, Horrible Friends. Seems more
They
fitting.
all need my
Yeah.
car 200 an hour.
Okay. Next hot take. Ray Sand. They need therapy, but instead they're having sex, and I don't think that counts.
That's a therapy.
That's how a lot of people deal. So
Yeah. Get your guts
exercise
rearranged.
and exercise, gives
Yeah.
you endorphins.
Yeah, the endorphins.
Maybe
Ray,
that's-
Ray
that's
said.
no problems. Just saying.
Okay. Last hot take. And I promise this isn't my Stan account.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I just want to watch Boston and Nick.
No,
It's true.
no one
Yes.
said that. That was
Yes.
definitely Ayla's.
That was you.
No, that's Ayla's Finsta or whatever.
I mean, I do
It's
appreciate.
at Ambijar. Thank you.
It starts with an A, Ayla.
and now we all know Ayla's burner
Jay.
account.
I mean, it is appropriate that Boston ends up finding Nick, who is more unhinged than Boston. So he has created his own demise.
I will say Nick and Neo and Mark were the first cast in this, series. And I think like they've really demonstrated why
Yeah.
they, and it's really exciting because it's like their chemistry. I think it's hard to get mad.
I
Sometimes
was like,
you might be swayed by Boston because their chemistry is so good.
Yeah.
And it's like it's sometimes hard in those moments to be like, oh gosh, like
You're
I'm
telling
so
me you
mad
didn't
at
feel Robbie, you're telling me you didn't feel anything during that like pool scene with the conversation that Boston and Nick had. You're telling me you felt
Sweet.
nothing.
It was pretty sweet,
No.
Robbie.
Really angry.
I know.
Wait, Jovi, what did you think of that scene?
yeah.
I just don't get what their relationship started out very sexual, but I'm trying to understand what Nick sees in Boston. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Boston just dangles this carrot in front of him and just pulls at his heartstrings. And
Good
just-
pun, carrot.
I don't see like what
delicious
traits
carrot.
does Boston have that Nick what is so down for like
That's exactly where I'm at. Like
other than his body.
Yeah.
Maybe his
Ayla, you're a
honesty.
Boston stan, so you can.
So, okay, maybe his honesty. He's brutally honest. He does him. That's the other thing about Boston. He is unapologetically who he is. And that's the thing is like all these friends, right? Like Ray and Chum, right? Like they all know, and Mew, Boston is Boston. And they joke about it. Like Boston is who he is. And like he's always been this way. And he's unapologetically that way. And so maybe that's like appealing to Nick, who's like quieter and a little more reserved, right? Is like how like unapologetically he does him. Also, again, brutally honest.
Attract.
Yeah, like he's
Yeah.
brutally honest with people.
No, I think he likes the body and the D.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like,
100%. He literally went through the phone and like, did that thing in episode 1. We all saw that. He did his thing with the phone. Nick.
Yeah,
I
Oh,
love
yeah,
that.
with
The picture.
Yeah.
He was
the
definitely
chemistry's there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
Quick
Boston is Nick's top tier.
Yeah.
Like I think that
That's a
he's
good way of putting
like
it.
yeah.
He has the traits that he doesn't have that he admires.
Right, he's like a little cell phone worker boy, and now he's like the like politician's son is into him, and
Who
he's like
gets with everyone.
I gotta keep him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, maybe it's the chase. Maybe it's the fact that Boston doesn't get serious with anyone. So, like, if he can make him, like, if he, like,
And the
he's
fact
won.
that Boston is a little bit of a himbo, so like it's gonna take him a while to figure out Nick is the one that like
Oh, yeah.
started all
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Boston big dumb.
Also,
No one
Yeah.
ever said Boston was a mastermind.
No.
yeah. And Nick is unhinged, right? Like,
Right.
so Nick being unhinged is like he's attracted to that like wildness that is Boston, I think.
I'm so ready for that cell phone store scene where he's like, I don't love you. It's gonna be so good.
I think what everybody keeps saying that like Boston is honest, and I'm like, but he's not.
He's not at all.
He's not honest. Like he manipulates situations to create things to fit his way or the things that he wants.
Yeah,
that's honesty.
He literally manipulates everything. Like everything.
He'll tell people anything and he doesn't care if it blows up in his face. That's the thing, is like he'll say anything even if it blows up in his face.
Yeah, but he like manipulates the truth.
He doesn't care.
He only says things after he's caught. Like anytime he's honest, it's because people have confronted him. Well, he's not honest. He's just like, he has to admit to his wrongs because people have already found out things.
I mean, except with Nick, because that's the thing, is he never like there was one time where he was like, maybe we can be more than friends. Although now he's kind of like backing that up, which is weird and confusing. But
yeah, he was like, you can tell people whatever you want about who we are.
Yeah. But he like, anytime Nick has asked, like, are you seeing other people? Like, he's always been like, yeah, dude. Like he's never been like, no, you're the only one for me. He's always been like, no, I'm seeing other guys, but like actually, maybe I'll think about being with just you. Like,
I was gonna say he does say both things in the same breath. He's like, I'm sleeping with a ton of other people, and then next he's like, but you're the only one I really want to sleep.
Well, you're my number one.
Like I'm around, but I like you better, so that it doesn't leave.
Yeah.
So you continue manipulating him.
Boston apologist, so.
Yeah, but again, he's still telling the truth. He's not lying. Manipulation is not lying.
It is. It's moving things.
No, because he's not lying about anything. He's telling the truth. It's just shitty. It just sucks.
It's his version of the truth.
Like, it just sucks.
Until I see hard proof that supposedly Mew and Ray actually banged, that's a lie. I think he lied.
Maybe.
So
because
free range.
Because in the bar, when he's first talking to Top in the first episode, when Top is like, hook me up with Mew, and Nick is like, no, he's inexperienced. He's a virgin. You don't want him. So like, yeah, he definitely says what he needs to say to get his way.
I feel like we need a tie person to actually, because we all know the subs are sometimes off with the word choices. Yeah. I wonder if maybe he didn't say, because I was actually talking to my Thai teacher about OnlyFriends and about some of the like translations around like we had sex or we did it or like all this stuff, right? Like we got together, and she was telling me like sometimes it's a little off. So I wonder what he like. We need a Thai person. We need a Thai person.
Yeah. And I would also say that like Boston is honest in that he's honest about being a manipulator and he's honest about who he is.
True. That is true.
I'm not saying he doesn't manipulate and doesn't like.
No, girl. Is he honest about manipulating? I want to know what.
Well, in that fight with Cowtongue, or with Ray, he definitely is like, well, I'm like, he flat out is like, and here's the thing, I'm about to manipulate you. You can't say anything to him because then you're just as bad as me. So he's admitting that like he's the bad guy. Like
he's in his villain era and he's owning it, right?
He's owning it because
Ray, that don't count. Ray is a dumb bystander. Like he's stupid.
Yeah, he already knows the truth.
Leave Ray alone.
Yeah. And he lied.
I'm just saying, listen, he's shitty.
Elmo hates Mew. He hates Mew. He's jealous of Mew. I think it's a jealousy thing, or he's secretly in love with Mew. It's one of those.
One or the other.
I hope he's secretly in love with me.
Yeah, if he was secretly in love with him, that would be crazy.
Which would be
if
great.
It like pans to his closet and there's like a whole like shrine situation.
That would make more sense to me. If it turned out like Boston was secretly in love with Mew this whole time, that would be like, okay, now I wouldn't be a Boston defender, don't get it twisted, but I would understand him more. I was like, oh, okay.
That's why he had to get him laid, because in that first episode, again, Mew is like, if I have sex with you, I'm going to be obsessed with you and like all that stuff. And so potentially Boston was like, I got to get this boy laid a few times before I
move in.
Yeah.
I hope it does pan to his closet and it's like a Two Moons, like YO and Peepaw situation where there's just like a collection of photos and like his name and lights and like, I don't know, maybe it's like a secret crush on you situation where he's collected his garbage for years.
No. No, I will say mad props to Neo because he is playing this character so well that everybody is talking about him. Yeah. And it's like, okay, and get your name out of my mouth, but
I don't hate Boston.
Him.
I don't hate him at all, but like, he's not a good dude.
No, like, would I be friends with him? No.
I'd be friends with him.
The lesser evil, I would say Boston.
You absolutely want to be friends with Boston.
Top is the worst.
Top is worse.
Top is worse. Absolutely.
Yeah. Top is
top tier.
Yeah, he's the top tier of garbage.
Yeah.
Listen, Top is trying. He gave up a lot.
Can we talk about Top now?
No, that is fake, Bethan. It's all
no.
That little scene where Top was like drawing him while he was sleeping. So I guess we're supposed to
to manipulate him to give him that little present of like, thank you. Yes, Renee gets me.
Okay, wait.
No.
Who here thinks that Top actually is in love with Mew?
Oh, I think he is.
I think he is.
But he's the guy that wants.
I think he thinks he is.
No, I think he is.
No, I think he is.
Best of both worlds. Like he.
But I think he's never. I think he's never done this before. Like he's never been honest. He's never like pursued somebody, which is why he messed up with the whole Boston thing. And like let Boston manipulate him because he absolutely let Boston manipulate him because in the car Boston was like, yeah, this was 2 years ago.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, bro, he didn't even know you 2 years ago. So
that was so dumb. I was like, bro, okay, get it done with and then refocus yourself.
Yeah.
I had a theory. Do we think the reason why Top sleeps around a lot is because he says that he can't sleep by himself every night because of his insomnia and the accident that happened? So because of that, he sleeps around every night to have somebody sleep with.
He doesn't actually want to sleep around.
He just wants somebody in the bed with him.
Because he can't.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere totally different. I thought you meant he was like to tire himself out to fall asleep.
Yeah, sure. That too.
Robbie, I like how your mind works.
Yeah, I'm a dirty.
I'm like, can't understand it. They always kind of bring up some kind of
unhinged. Robbie.
That feels right.
Yeah.
Jody, that's sweet, but like honestly, that is what a Top would say to make you think that he's a good person.
Everyone say who Jovi is.
Yeah, but it's like that's what you say to like get in bed with people and make them think that you're special. Because that's the thing is like I don't know Top, but like that person often will say something like, "Oh, no, I really just care about you. And I've never done this before to anyone. Yeah. Like, this is the first time I've ever felt this way about someone." And all of that is just like, it's all fake because they're just trying to conquer, like constantly conquer.
Okay, that helped me just, rearrange my thoughts.
Okay. Oh, Lord, we're doing a lot of rearranging tonight.
I got you, Robbie. Let
it out, Robbie. Let it out.
So the thing is, remember how like they're like Top and Boston are the same, but Top was always like the worst out of them because Top got everyone he wanted versus like Boston was like, I need to get Top because he's like the main like number one pedestal guy.
He's the top tier.
Yeah. So actually, I will say, I do think Boston is not as bad as Top, and I do agree there are very minimal, very small, very like like barely any good qualities of Boston. But I don't think there's any good qualities because I will give Boston credit in the sense where like he's a dick and at least like he manipulates, but where I feel like Top is just fake.
Yeah.
Like, fake with this whole Mew situation. Even though like Boston does manipulate and twist the truth, I feel like Top is just a liar.
Top is worse. Top is way worse.
He has like that two-face. Like he's like the two-face where like he's one.
Here's how I know he doesn't really love him.
No,
you want to know how I know he doesn't really love him?
No, he does.
Is because if he really loved him, he would let Mew make an informed decision. He wouldn't get him in bed, something he knows Mew really cares about and is like really holding on to, without having all the information. He would have owned up and like let Mew be his own person. He wouldn't be trying to control Mew. He wouldn't be like, you can't be friends with these people. He wouldn't be like trying to cause problems. He wouldn't be like, why are you doing so much work and no one else is? He wouldn't be trying to isolate him from his friends. He wouldn't be trying to get him in bed like in order to get Mew obsessed with him before it comes out that he slept with Boston, right? He wouldn't be you don't do that to someone you love. If you really love someone, someone, you know that's going to hurt them and you don't do it, or you feel so guilty that you tell them, right? So like if you really loved him, he would feel so guilty. He would have told him. It wouldn't just be something like that he never has to talk about, right? That it's like just never happened.
I don't think
that's not real love.
But you're describing someone who's a good person. I don't think Top's a good person. So this is Top's form of love.
I think so in the context of the show, if we weren't supposed to feel some kind of empathy towards Top, they would not have given us the traumatic childhood background.
So,
I feel nothing for Top.
If that wasn't there, we were supposed to feel bad for his whole childhood situation, and that's why he couldn't sleep. Like we're supposed to feel something for him, and he's supposed to have some redeeming quality. It's just that everything.
I think he's just like, I don't think he knows what love is, and I think he's trying to figure it out in this relationship with Mew, because Mew is on the same lines as Top, as far as like in the beginning he's like, I'm gonna see how long Top will hold out. So I think he knew he was gonna sleep with Top. Like I don't think Mew holds his virginity on a pedestal like everybody else in the show does, because everybody else is like, we gotta get you laid, whereas Mew is like, yeah, I want to sleep with somebody, but like also I know I want to like really like the dude. And I think Top is that dude that he really likes, and I think that Top doesn't know what love is, but he's figuring it out, and he's doing it really sloppily.
No, if you love someone, you love someone. That's how I feel about it. Like,
but not everybody knows how to love.
Ayla, this is why you were sand.
Like Little Wayne.
I'll just point that out.
Okay, wait, Renee, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I think that's like, again, not to like hype up JoJo, but like this is the beauty of the show, right? Is that no one character is one dimensional, and I think we're gonna see Mew's villain arc and Top's like, descent, so to speak. And I think like you're right that we are meant to feel something and feel a little sorry for him. And that fight scene that they had was just magical. I mean, the emotion and the energy from both like Force and Book was just really good. And I think we are meant to feel for him, but I don't think that negates that like his actions at the same time. And so I think, it's so easy to want to have everyone be these like one-dimensional, like Boston is bad and Top is bad and Sand is good, but like they all are very shades of gray and have both good and bad in them, and I think that's what makes it such a good show.
They're like real people for sure. I think, and that's like part of the reason I wanted to bring in these hot takes, is I do think that's the beauty of the show is everybody has different opinions about this show, and everybody feels so strong about this show and puts themselves so deeply and squarely in the shoes of the character they relate most to, that they like, we all go like blind. We're all like unable to see the other side of it, and we're like everybody, right? Like there are people on Twitter I see just like going to the mat for Ray, dude. Like they are like there was one tweet that was like, I defended Cowtongue when he almost killed all the gays in the eclipse. You think I can't defend him now? And like people fully will like, and that's what's so good about this show is everybody has such like contrasting opinions and feels so strongly about it.
And I think it's the next 6 episodes is going to give everybody like a change of perspective, because what's going to happen is we're going to get a character swap between Mew and Top. Top is going to turn into Mew and Mew is going to turn into Top now. So it's going to mess with everyone's mind, because I think Mew is going to become like that F-boy Top, and then Top's going to be like, no, I'm good. I want to win you back. I want you to fall in love with me again. And he's going to be this goody two-shoe, where it's going to make us like rethink how we feel about the characters.
That'd be interesting to see.
I mean, they made such a... Oh, go ahead, Joey.
Sorry. Now, I was going to say, they made such an emphasis, too, with like how he's getting his LASIK surgery and his eyes fixed to regain his vision and his glow up. Into seeing exactly what everyone and Top is for. Like, I see you for who you really are.
Listen, I knew that him coming out of the tub was demonic, but he was the sexiest demonic character coming out of that tub. I was like, ooh, Mew. Hello.
It's like dancing with the devil.
Yeah. I will drown with
water.
Shout out.
Big Dragon. We're going full Big Dragon. Next thing you know, we're going to have like the SD cards floating around.
It's just like, God Watch 2023.
Yes. God Watch 2023. God shows up. God is bowing.
Oh, there you go. Isla would die.
I know.
God is bowing.
I'm also curious, like, which characters you two think we all are.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Because you also know us.
That's a good question.
Okay.
Do they get to give a response why or just no?
No, I mean, if
no
we didn't
explanation. Yeah.
explain,
Okay.
Wait, I feel like we're gonna say the same for Renee.
oh, do you?
I mean, I feel like she's only one character.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Chum.
Oh, I was gonna say Sand.
Oh. No, I feel like you're like Chum because Chum is like everybody. Like she hasn't wronged
It's
anybody.
true.
She hasn't wronged anybody.
Or potentially April.
As far
That's
as
why
we
she's
know.
my favorite.
As far as we know.
Yeah.
There's still
It's
6
like-
episodes.
Let's go, lesbians.
Stable one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Represent for the lesbians for sure.
Okay. Let's see.
Robbie is Mew.
Yeah.
Robbie.
Actually, no. I would give Robbie Nick. I think Robbie.
I think I'm a mix of both. I definitely
yeah.
think I'm a mix of both for sure.
Now we know that he would bug our car.
Yeah,
True.
No, I would bug your man's car, not your guys' car. You guys are my homies.
I'll give you
Bug
the
you. I'm gonna use your.
But if I need you to bug my man's car, I'll give you a call.
I got you, Jovi.
I think Eileen is Yo. She's like the mom.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Jovi.
Jovi is a tough one.
Wild card.
Jovi's a difficult one.
I'm gonna go with Mew for Jovi.
Oh,
I actually no. You know what? I actually think Jovi is Nick. Like I feel like because you look at
Is it
Nick
'cause
and
we're
you
gay?
don't
I
think
could be
and you
Mew.
don't think
Don't
Nick.
make me go get my glasses. Don't make me go get my round glasses.
Listen,
Oh.
Wait, Nick? I like
Jovi
Nick. I
is
like
Nick because like you look at Nick and he's so cute and he's so sweet and all his friends love him and like he's a really good friend and he fully admits everything to Sand, right? Because they're besties.
But he'd be
He's
crazy.
I
got
thought we weren't
Sand's
gonna get
back.
explanations.
Yeah.
Listen,
Jovi,
Jovi's Nick because Jovi is cute, and Robert's Nick because he's demented and bug cars. That's fucked up.
No, the other side is
And
that
I'm a lesbian.
but you
right? Like,
but you
all the
think
time.
Jovi is cute, but you all know Jovi. Jovi got a little demon in him.
Oh,
Jovi
Jovi.
loves the devil.
Jovi was
Yeah.
And then now that's why you knew. Look at you.
I mean, he's
no.
in the red room.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm just saying,
I like
like,
it. I like it.
you think he's one thing, but like really.
true.
I did the filter and it said top, so.
Oh, I did the filter too, and I was
Who'd
stopping.
you
I
get?
almost
We
threw
don't
up.
know because
Okay.
he's been lying to us this whole time.
It's
What?
true. No one knows who Top is, to be fair.
Yeah.
Who stop? What do you mean?
Like nobody knows what his real personality is because he's been like pretending to be someone else for Mew the entire show. He's
Oh,
literally been changing his
No,
personality.
No, I think Top's personality, real personality, is how he acts with Sand. That's Top's real personality. How he that to me,
100%.
that is Top's real personality. How
Yeah,
he
because
acts
you
with
see
Sand.
him act that way with Boston too in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And
that's
because-
his real personality.
Not to
That's
harp
what
on this, but I'm very upset about Top trying to like get in the middle of the friends. Like, I'm sorry, you're the boyfriend. You need to like step back.
I mean,
You don't get to control who your boyfriend is friends with.
I will say he's holding Mew accountable because Mew time and time again is like, Ray, you have to stop thinking of me like this or we're not going to be friends. Like, Ray, if you want me to be your friend, like you need to stop acting like this.
Oh no,
And
I'm
Top
not
is
talking
like,
about that.
and Top is like, why are you still friends with Ray? Like,
I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is earlier, like an episode ago, 2 episodes ago, when he's like, you're doing so much more work than
Yeah,
all the
last
other
episode.
friends.
Yeah.
And like, it's really not fair. And you're the only one working hard on
he's talking
this.
about
And
the
you're
group
not.
project.
No, he's
No, that was a metaphor.
No, that was honestly like, that was some shade. That was some like, listen, if anybody ever does that to you, just know like you're in an abusive relationship. I just want you to know that. If anybody is ever trying to put distance between you and your friends by like trying to make you think some by your friends,
it's probably because he
It's a red
knew
flag for sure.
he knew
Nothing
Ray was
else.
getting close to Sand, and he obviously knew Sand knows his past, so he was definitely trying to keep some distance between
Yeah.
Sand and Mew.
You're gonna have to
Yeah.
drop the hotline number down in the description.
I'm just saying.
Saying
Okay, should we wrap this up?
We should. Okay, this has been very much fun. Wani Sanuk Maika.
Sanuk, Sanuk.
Sanuka.
Yeah,
Did you have fun, Robbie?
I did.
What's fun in Spanish?
Diversión.
Yeah, diversión. Everything.
Cute.
Okay.
There's two.
Mucho
Nos
divertido.
divertimos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, last game.
Okay. Listen, we didn't ruin any friendships tonight, but we might be about to.
Robbie, he's like
Robbie's not friends with anybody anymore.
I should have brought wine. I don't know why I didn't drink wine while this was happening.
Next time we'll drink.
He's going on his reputation, Aaron.
I know. I love just holding a glass of wine the whole time. That
Yeah,
would be awesome.
We all should have been like,
That
cheers.
would have been fantastic.
In our Let's Talk BL cups.
Oh,
That'd be cute.
next time.
I know. Go buy your merch.
Guys.
Okay.
Listen, before we wrap up with this final game, this is a good reminder that you and your friends can have spirited debates about these shows. You don't all have to think the same thing,
No.
and you can all still be friends.
Yeah.
That's what true BL besties are all about, right?
True.
And we're all only friends.
We are
It's
only
true.
friends. We will only be friends.
Only
friends.
Only
Only friends.
Yeah.
Okay, to wrap this up, we are going to play a fun little game of Fuck, Marry, Kill. This section of the podcast has been redacted. You know, for legal reasons. Choices were made this evening.
It's true.
But on that note, this has been Let's Talk BL. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and keep up with all things Let's Talk BL at Let's Talk BL.
Mm.